Tommy Lee.
We tore it up, man. It was great.
Let's hop into early life. So Thomas Lee Bass, known to the world as Tommy Lee, was born on October 3rd, 1962 in Athens, Greece. Crazy, because I always just thought naturally like, oh, he was born in America, like he's an American drummer, like he plays, you know, with Mötley Crüe, he's from Los Angeles. Like, it's always really cool when you really do your research and deep dive and find out where other people are actually from. It gives a different outlook and intake on, you know, a character. His family moved to California when he was just a year old, and by the age of 4, Tommy had already got his first set of drumsticks, and by his teenage years, he was already performing in different bands. It grew, leading him to drop out of high school and pursue his passion with rock and roll and drumming. Fast forward to 1981, Tommy Lee met Nikki Sixx, and together with Mick Mars and Vince Neil, they formed Mötley Crüe. The 4 members of Mötley Crüe, Vince Neil, Mick Mars, Nikki Sixx, and Tommy Lee, in my opinion, those are rock gods right there. The band's debut album, Too Fast for Love, was released later that year. Mötley Crüe's blend of glam rock, heavy metal, and over-the-top stage theatrics quickly earned them a massive following. Tommy's dynamic drumming, charismatic performances just ultimately led Crüe to the top. So as Mötley Crüe's, you know, fame grew, so did their reputation for excess. The band's lifestyle was literally sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Like, they were the real deal. Like, the 80s were it. Like, I just have not seen that again. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll became legendary, and with Tommy often the center of the chaos, and Nikki. Their albums, Shout at the Devil, Theater of Pain, and Girls, 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 literally solidified them to the top, and ultimately their status as rock icons. Fame does always come with a price though, and the band's hard partying lifestyle led to literally numerous controversies, you know, from legal issues to personal struggles with band members, including Tommy's own battles with addiction. Hopping into Tommy Lee's personal life, you know, he's been through, you know, a lot in his career. His high, you know, profile marriages from actresses of, you know, Heather Locklear and model Pamela Anderson were widely covered by the media, especially his relationship with Pamela Anderson, which included a highly publicized scandal involving, you know, a tape that was stolen from both. My personal opinion probably really doesn't matter. I always thought that that was really, really heavy for those two. I thought it was super heavy for Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson to go through. You know, a private tape being publicized to the world like that is not fun. I've never, you know, been through something like that, but to see, you know, such high profile individuals and people who've worked so hard for what they have be put into that situation by somebody who is just overall a snake. Tommy is also a devoted father to his 2 sons, Brandon and Dylan. His personal life has been a roller coaster, marked by both joy and heartbreak, but Tommy Lee is an icon, and he definitely set out to be what he was supposed to be. And overall, I believe his character is solid, and he's been, you know, a lifelong inspiration, person I can look up to achieve those things. He truly worked his ass off for rock and roll. But beyond Mötley Crüe, Tommy Lee has pursued various musical projects. He formed the rap metal band. I'm not too sure how known they are to a lot of the younger generation, you know, this generation, but I loved them. I thought it was killer. Methods of Mayhem, which had Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit involved with it, and they had a few hits, and I thought it was really cool. He's very, very, very versatile. He's everywhere with music. He is literally a musician. He's the definition of a musician. He's also made a name for himself as a DJ, blending electronic music with his rock roots to create unique performances that keep audience on their toes. And like that's a fact. Like, you can check that out for yourself. He is literally so well put together when it comes to making music and different music. Highly recommend going and listening to his albums. He does his own thing, and that makes him Tommy Lee. It's really cool to see a drummer, and like a big drummer, like real big dog drummer, go and do his own music, you know, and be the front man. It's holding another story at value, and I think it's killer. Tommy's legacy is literally cemented, you know, not just his drumming progress, but his enduring influence to the rock genre, and his ability to reinvent himself whenever he wants is just out of this world. He will 100% forever, and mark my words, forever inspire new generations of musicians with his passion and energy. Today, in this day and age, Tommy Lee remains an active and vibrant figure in the music industry, like for real. He's constantly evolving, whether through new musical projects, collaborations, or literally just his presence on social media. Tommy Lee's story is far from over. With a career spanning of over 4 decades, he continues to break boundaries and, you know, just set new standards for what is meant to be a rock star, you know, like, he really does set the standards for actually living up to what you say you're gonna be, you know what I mean? Tommy Lee, like I said, is the definition of a musician, but he's also the definition of a rock star. The highs of fame to the lows of his personal struggles, Tommy Lee's life is a true rock and roll saga. And until next time, you know, like I've said before, please subscribe, please like this video, go ahead and engage with it. If you want to keep up for more, you know, mini biographies, you know, mini stories and facts and, you know, locations of things like that of different musicians and artists, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, take care, rock on, never give up.